start, huh? Please, just I'm starting now. This.
Okay.
Okay. Yes.
So shall I start?
No, just I will give some introduction. Then you may start, please. Huh?
Yeah.
Yes. So, good morning, viewers, especially teachers and students. Today we are celebrating Earth Day, and its importance is very much relevant on this day that we need to protect our environment and Earth. तो जो हमारा ध्येय है आज के दिन कि हम सब मिलकर इस हमारे पृथ्वी को बचाएं और ये किस तरह से बचाएंगे, क्योंकि जो आप देख रहे होंगे कि बहुत सारे एनवायरमेंटल जो इम्पैक्ट्स है हम देख रहे हैं, चाहे आप किसी भी रूप में ले लें इसको, इन एनी वेदर इन एनी फॉर्म, इफ यू सी दैट इंडस्ट्री इज देयर, अर्बनाइजेशन इज देयर, और एनी एक्टिविटी, डेवलपमेंट एक्टिविटी इज टेकिंग प्लेस, or even if even our lifestyle is also important for this environmental consequences. So if you see any activity which we are doing or performing in our daily life, it is impacting our environment, our ecology, our climate also. So you see that if today's particularly this Earth Day theme is uh, I think invest our in our planet. So what we have to invest? So that's why we have kept this session, that how we can invest and how we can behave, how we can take initiatives on this particular day for our own communities, for our own individuals, for self-interest, in the self-interest for protecting our environment. So you see that climate is a very important issue nowadays, and if you see that we are touching this tipping point of 1.5 degrees Celsius of global warming. So for this, and there are several indicators of this climate change, like sea rise level, and you are seeing now witnessing all this change in rainfall patterns, greenhouse gas, carbon dioxide emissions, everything happening. So this session has been organized, has been specially we have kept this session for on this special day to have some activities, to have some insights into climate change issues and how we can control this, how can we make ourselves alert, how can we make ourselves attentive, what we can do in future. So for that we have our resource person today, Ms. Bhumika Parihar, who is a master's in electrical engineering, ME in electrical engineering, and she is working with Energy Swaraj Foundation in their research team. So with this, I will not take much more time, and I will straightforward go to. I will request Miss Bhumika Parihar, Madam, to please uh, deliver your address regarding this. What is the climate clock and what is its significance? And Ms. Bhumika, on behalf of my director, Dr. Atul Vaidya, and staff of entire CSIR-NEERI, we welcome to this program, and we are very thankful that you have been accepted. You have accepted our invitation of delivering this lecture. And we will be having means general audience is also there, and we are having some students and teachers, because especially we have delivered all these invitations to Kendriya Vidyalayas, Navodaya Vidyalayas, then government schools and private schools also. So I hope they will be joining. There, some of them have already joined, and they will be joining also in this due course. So please, I welcome again. I welcome Ms. Bhumika, and now I invite you and request you to share your experiences, share your lecture address, please.
Thank you, sir, for inviting me and all the NEERI team for inviting us and talking about this. It is very grateful that such organizations are taking initiative about the climate change coming forward for mitigation actions, which is very meaningful not only for one person, two person, but all over the world. So, let me share my screen. So today is Energy Swaraj Foundation along with CSIR team and AICT and Atal Innovation team. is organizing a global, uh, world largest global climate clock event, display and assembly event in Delhi. And this is with that. This is the part of that event that your team is also organizing that in your campus. They will be assembling the climate clock and displaying their campus. So it's very important before starting the assembly or before displaying this clock to understand what is this climate clock, or what it the number shown in this clock is, what significance is of about the numbers which shown in this climate clock. So I will be showing some uh, pictures and facts, and I think all the viewers will automatically will realize the significance of this climate clock. So I am going to begin it. So my first picture is of this. I think everybody knows about, everybody have listened or have seen live such situations, which I will be showing in following slides. So this is the floods. Recently, we have seen in the news about the floods in the Bangalore, which has affected large amount of people, large amount of houses, and this is the first picture. Next is forest fires. So recently, since few years, we are continuously listening about the forest fires in Australia, US, Brazil. Large amount of forest is being burned due to this heat generated in the forests, and with them the animals, birds are also die. Recently, we Indians are also feeling the hotness of the climate. In many places, the records are breaking up since last 5 years, 10 years, like that. Even uh, since 1951, in many places, the highest temperature, we are feeling highest temperature, and records are still breaking up. Um, Ice melting in many places. We are listening in Antarctica, Himalayas, glaciers are melting. Sea level is rising. North Jakarta, for example, is the fastest sinking city. Many people are migrating from this place to some safer place because the level of the sea is rising in a such a way that their houses, or say places, are getting under the water. So I just wanted to ask, people can think about it, that how we have reached in this state, how these things are happening, why since few years we are listening places, even in India, every year we used to listen that some storm is coming in west side or east side. Even few, 1 or 2 year back, we have listened about the most worst uh, storm in West Bengal, in Kolkata. The airport was under the water. So how we have reached such situation? Um, any Obviously people have guessed it. So this situation, this erratic weather condition shows that climate has changed. So would also like to want to ask question, that who has changed the climate? Um, Obviously, I don't think animals or birds have changed the climate. It is us. It is we human who has did it, and it is a very sad thing that we humans are much better in our brain thinking philosophy process, or say we have developed our technology in a much much better way, still we are the people who have uh, changed the climate, who have changed our nature. So what we have changed water. हम लोगों ने वाटर को पॉल्यूट कर दिया है, फॉरेस्ट को कट कर करके इतना कम कर दिया है. आई विल शो यू द फैक्ट्स हाउ मच फॉरेस्ट वी हैव कटेड डाउन. एयर क्वालिटी हमने बहुत ही वर्स्ट कर दी है. सॉइल को हम लोगों ने खराब कर दिया है. सो एयर क्वालिटी इंडेक्स, all people, all students must have seen in around some traffic signals or some places in a big screen that today is the air quality is 92. In some places it is 100. Some places even it goes to 200 to 300. In Delhi, we have seen that it has went to 300, which is the worst air quality index. Forest, we have almost cut it down uh, uh, since 1700. 1.5 billion hectares of the forest we have cut it down, and it is equivalent to 1.5 times of the size of the United States. So that much of forest we have cut it down. Think about it, just realize how much think we have, how much nature we have deteriorated. So soil also we have degraded almost 33% of earth soil, and it is expected as per the various research and all things that 90% of soil we will degrade around 2050. Same way, we have many less percentage of water which we are able to drink. However, the sea level is rising. However, we are having lots of water, but still many places uh, are facing severe water scarcity. And uh, uh, these four things which I have shown is right now happening. Okay, but just realize that when climate change will come, when any flood or when any natural disaster comes, how this will affect in a worst way. So how we have did it? Okay, so we are using energy in a lot way, in a very different ways. We are using energy to go to school or go to offices, okay, by using car, buses, or autos. We are using energy while eating food, while preparing the food. We are using energy to buy some products from the market. We are going by bikes or by car to purchase any thing. That thing is also manufactured in some places through machines or through energy or through electrical energy, and then that product will travel from one place to your stores through transportation, and then it is being stored in your um, shops and all this, where again energy is being used in the form of light or in the form of something else. So in every aspect of life we are using energy, one form or the other. So how much, in which form we are using energy? Either gas, oil, or coal. So since the industrializations, we our percentage of use of oil, gas, coal is have came to around 80 to 85%. So however, we are using other form of energy also like renewable, wind, hydro, solar, etc. But the percentage of the fossil fuels, which is gas, oil, coal, is 80 to 85%. So, in through gas, you know that at your home food is being cooked through LPG gas. Even CNG gas is being used by using auto or some cars. Oil, petrol, diesel we are using daily in our traveling. Coal, electricity is being produced 75% of all over the India. 75% of electricity is being generated through coal only. So think about it, how much fossil fuel based uh, fuels we are using right now. And what this fossil fuel does, so fossil fuels are the carbon based fuels. So when they are burned while using anything, gas, oil, coal in any form, it releases carbon dioxide. So I think in schools and everywhere, everybody has learned about the carbon dioxide. Okay, but uh, we think like, okay, हमने आज एक बार कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड रिलीज कर दिया, 2 बार कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड रिलीज कर दिया। ऐसे कर करके since last 1000 years we have almost accumulated 50% of extra CO2 in our atmosphere. So during industrializations, जब हमारा इंडस्ट्रियल एरा स्टार्ट हुआ था उसके पहले our carbon dioxide was 280 ppm, but now it has went to 420 ppm. However, we are not realizing, but the जो गर्मी हम लोग फेस कर रहे हैं, जो hotness we are facing, and all the situation around us, it has been due to accumulation of this extra percentage of CO2 in atmosphere. Why this is? Because CO2 is a carbon dioxide, it's a greenhouse gas. Okay, it's a garbage at atmosphere, and what this garbage does is trap the heat. Okay, so it research shows that a middle class families almost throws in the atmosphere around 400 to 600 kg of CO2 every month. This is a very important number, that we are releasing almost 400 to 600 kg of CO2 every month. And just for your knowledge, that when any amount of CO2, even a kg amount of CO2 released in atmosphere, it stays around 300 years. So right now, if I releases 1 kg of CO2 in atmosphere, it will affect future generation up to 300 years. In same way, in our previous years, whatever amount of CO2 we have released, it is affecting right now to us, and it will affect in a worse situation in coming days. So let me tell you that during industrialization, before industrialization, our global temperature was around um, zero point 0.8 or something. Okay, but now it has increased to 1.19 degrees Celsius. The planet is warmer by 1.19 degrees Celsius. It is the global average temperature which we are feeling right now. So it's a very important number. Okay, 1.19 degrees Celsius is right now. But next, what can be? Tomorrow or after 1 month, we will release more CO2, we will use more energy, and then what happens? It will goes to 1.2 degrees Celsius or 1.21, 1.22. But there is something limit. Everything has a limit in every place. We used to say just stay on your limit and like that. So according to IPCC report, what is IPCC? It is an intergovernment panel on climate change which discusses, do researches about the climate change, about the incidents happening all over the world, and made some conclusions which can help us to take mitigation actions. So in 2018 till now, they are uh, releasing one by one few reports based on their research. And what their research says that 1.5 degrees Celsius is the limit of the global warming. We cannot exit through beyond this 1.5 degrees Celsius. Okay, max to max हम 2 degrees Celsius तक जा सकते हैं, but not beyond it. What will happen beyond that? आ जाएगा जहाँ पे हीट वेव्स हैं, वहाँ हमेशा के लिए हीट वेव्स रहेंगी, जहाँ पे पानी की स्कैरसिटी है, एवरी डे, एवरी people will feel water scarcity. This thing will happen, but we have to limit it to 1.5 degrees Celsius. Think about it. We are right now at 1.19 degrees Celsius, and in coming days we will reach to 1.5 degrees Celsius, but we cannot go beyond 1.5 degrees Celsius. This is a very important number for human existence. It will happen in the same way or immediately, because much less time is left for it. So thank you everyone. This is it. I would request if there is any question or something, so that I can clear it.
थैंक्स भूमिका। एक्चुअली स्टूडेंट्स और टीचर्स जो आज हमारे साथ जुड़े हुए हैं, उन्होंने देखा होगा कि जो भूमिका मैडम ने बताया कि जो ग्लोबल वार्मिंग है या जो हमारा कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड एमिशंस है किस तरह से बढ़ रहे हैं पूरे एनवायरनमेंट में, एटमॉस्फेयर में, तो जिसके कारण जो परिणाम है वो अच्छे नहीं होंगे। तो जिससे मुझे जो लगता है कि जैसे हम जब हमें कुछ बहुत अर्जेंसी होती है या कुछ काम करना चाहते हैं हम, तो हम अलार्म लगाते हैं एक तरह से, है ना, रात में सोते
Yeah.
हुए। और फिर हम सुबह जागने की हमें लगता है कि हम शायद मतलब किसी काम को अर्जेंसी के लिए जाना होता है या बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट काम होता है, तो हम उसको अलार्म से अपने आप को जगाते हैं। तो मुझे लगता है ये क्लाइमेट लॉ भी उसी तरह का है जो मैडम ने बताया अभी, कि जो हमें उसका पूरा-पूरा उपयोग करना चाहिए, रखना चाहिए अपने पास या अपने इस तरह से कि जब भी उसको देखें तो हमें याद आए कि जब हमारा जो 1.5 डिग्री सेल्सियस जो टिपिंग पॉइंट जो बताया है मैडम ने कि वो अगर आ गया तो पूरा क्या होगा उसका हश्र धरती का। तो हमें इस तरह से जो है उन्होंने जो 6 साल और जो घड़ी हमें बताती रहेगी ये क्लाइमेट लॉक जलवायु घड़ी जिसे कहेंगे हम, तो वो काफ़ी इम्पोर्टेंट रहेगा हमारे लिए ताकि अलार्म की तरह काम होगा, हम बहुत सचेत रहेंगे, कॉशन रहेगा। तो आप अपने स्टूडेंट्स जो भी क्वेश्चंस है वो अभी तो यहाँ पे आप डायरेक्ट नहीं जुड़े हैं, तो आप यूट्यूब और जो फेसबुक पे है तो चैट बॉक्स में आप पोस्ट कर सकते हैं। हम पूरा नाम लिखिएगा आप उसमें अपना और मोबाइल नंबर या ईमेल आईडी जिस तरह से भी अगर दे सकते हैं तो हम पूरा प्रयास करेंगे कि आपके क्वेश्चंस का इस प्रोग्राम के बाद हम फिर मैडम को रेफर करके उसको आपको क्वेरी को जो है हम अटेंड करेंगे। तो थैंक यू भूमिका मैडम, आपका बहुत-बहुत एनर्जी स्वराज फाउंडेशन आज बहुत काफ़ी मैसिव लेवल पे काम कर रहा है इसमें, और जो आपका हमने देखा कि आज दिल्ली में भी आपका बहुत बड़ा फंक्शन है और काफ़ी उसमें काफ़ी लोग मिनिस्टर्स, हमारे मिनिस्टर ऑफ साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी भी आए हुए हैं और काफ़ी अच्छा एक इनिशिएटिव लिया गया है आज अर्थ डे पे कि क्लाइमेट क्लॉक जो है उसको किस तरह से हम प्रमोट करें। तो मुझे लगता है नीरी ने तो किया है हमारे संस्थान ने, हमने ऑलरेडी इंस्टॉल किया है और अभी हम स्कूल में भी करने जा रहे हैं कुछ स्कूल में, जिससे कि और उसमें असेंबली भी हम सिखाएँगे अभी। और अभी जो हम दिखाने वाले हैं इस प्रोग्राम के बाद वो कैसे असेंबल करते हैं उस क्लाइमेट लॉक को और उसके डिफरेंट डिफरेंट मॉड्यूल्स अभी हम स्क्रीन करेंगे। तो आपका बहुत-बहुत थैंक्स मैडम और जुड़ने के लिए हमसे, और मैं हमारे ऑडियंस से, व्यूअर से भी ये कहना चाहूँगा कि आप जुड़े रहें क्योंकि हम अभी तुरंत इसके बाद जो है आपको जो है असेंबल कैसे करते हैं क्लाइमेट लॉक को, तो पूरा आपको क्रमबद्ध तरीके से वीडियो दिखाएँगे उसके पूरे। तो थैंक यू मैडम और बहुत-बहुत थैंक्स आपका जो हमारे साथ जुड़ने के लिए। थैंक यू।
Thank you so much.
हुँ, 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 हुँ।
LED controller and board display requires power. So we require power supply. Then what a climate clock. Okay, so let's begin. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and press the bell icon for continuous updates. This is a graphical way what climate clock is going to show us. It is going to show us the time. And in terms of time, there are 5 fields. You'll see how many years are left, how many days are left, how many hours, how many minutes, how many seconds. So this is how graphical it is going to look like. And in reality, when you assemble all the component, your climate clock is going to look something like this. Again, it will have not only those 5 parameters of years, days, hours, minutes, and second, but it will have one extra field of temperature. Because this is 1.5 degrees centigrade clock, it will also show you in blue color 1.5 degrees centigrade. So there are 6 fields that will be there. You are going to see the year. So short form of year is YRS is going to be there. Days is full DAYS. Then you will have hours only H, for minutes only M, and for second only S. So this is how the climate clock display will be there. There are various components that we need. First of all, we need LED display, right? Where all this information is going to come. And for controlling the data, where LED display will have many LEDs, by the way. There are hundreds of LEDs. How do we control this? So we need LED controller. Now, LED controller and board display requires power. So we require power supply. Then what we also need is special connections. There is FRC connection required between LED controller and LED display. We need power cables between power supply and controller. We need a power cable between power supply and LED. And to put it together, we need some kind of body, some kind of housing. So these are all basic components which are again listed here in this table and with their functions. So there are mainly 5 components. LED P10 display. I'll come to this. What is P10 display? LED controller. This controller name is HDWF1. We need power supply. We need connectors, FRC connectors and other power supply connectors, power cables, and the body itself. So let me start showing you the components one by one, how they're going to look like. Well, so the first component, the most important component is this LED display. Now, this is called P10 display. You see there are lots of LEDs here, and the back side of this looks something like this, where there are various connections. We will look more details about this component later. Then let me show you the controller. Well, the controller is something like this. It's a very tiny piece of electronics, but there are many ICs which are there. There are many connectors which are there. It looks something like this. We will get into the details. I just want to have a show you. This is how the LED HD controller looks like. HDWF1 it is called. Then we are going to have power supply. The power supply will have 230-volt input and 5-volt output. It is going to look something like this. There can be more variation in power supply, but just to get a feel, it is going to look like this. The power supply, we then need a special cables. It is called FRC cable, and this is for the data that we are going to transmit between LED display and the controller. And there are 16 pins. Again, I will come into the more details. There are 16 pins in it, and FRC cable looks like this. Other than this, we are going to need various power cables. Power has to be supplied. There's a relay mate connectors here, and this will go to the LED display as well as the controller. And externally, we need power supply. So this will be 230-volt, and finally there will be this power that will be given to this board. Okay, so these are the basic component that I wanted to have a look at it. Finally, there'll be a frame that is on your screen. This frame, within this frame, we are going to put all the components together, and eventually we will see a clock that is working and that is going to display you the time. So finally, when we are going to put all this component together, we will get our climate clock, and the climate clock is going to look something like this. All right. So it's going to be very simple exercise, and I'm sure all of you are looking forward to it. So that's it. In this model number 3, we have seen what are the various components.
So thank you, viewers. Actually, this climate clock we have also received yesterday only at NEERI, so we'll be installing today or tomorrow. But what we are expecting from you schools also, that this climate change should be displayed on schools, buildings, school buildings, and everyone, especially particularly students and teachers, should be reminded of this climate change. Whatever this global average temperature is increasing, and we have to take initiatives accordingly. So we want your support and cooperation, and we'll be contacting all schools in due course very shortly for this, and we'll be coming to you how to assemble, because this we cannot show on this online, because already playlist will be shared how to assemble or to procure that one. But what we envisage that we will be coming to schools, and we will interact with students and teachers on this in this context, and we are already selected some schools for that. So we are looking forward to your kind cooperation and support in this regard. And with this, I declare that this program has been concluded here, and we will be organizing such programs as we organize under the Jigyasa Student Scientist Group program. So we will come back again to you. Thank you very much. Thank you, one and all. Thank you.